The Coastal Bend Wellness Foundation is getting students ready to head back to the classroom. PD's Back to School Bash is an annual event hosted by Project Turnaround and the youth programs at the nonprofit. Now, backpacks filled with supplies will be distributed to the first 500 students. Organizers say keeping students prepared helps with their mission in providing students with the tools they need to keep on the right path throughout the academic school year.
In prevention, we like to reduce risk factors and increase protective factors. And we know that students being prepared for school makes them more susceptible to succeed.
The bash will happen this Saturday at the Richard M. Borchard Fairgrounds beginning at 10 o'clock in the morning.